Hey, Flossmo, what's good, family?
Hey, what's goody? What's goody?
Yeah, checking in, man. We just listening to some music, watching a few shows. Speaking of which, have you checked out the new BMF on Stars?
I have been everybody been telling me about it, but I haven't really peeked it. I've been seeing little clips here and there, but I haven't really sat down and watched it. But I'm going to trust watch.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a hot one, man, and quite a topic of conversation and stuff at the minute because we've seen people speaking about their lack of involvement and stuff. There was something with Bleu DaVinci where he couldn't get into the premiere and stuff. I think he was upset about that. And what about your experiences around BMF? I know you said you had some early experiences around Big Meech and stuff.
True indeed. You'll hear a lot of stories from a lot of different people that say they was around. All of that, I was there to bear witness all the balling and all the shit that they had going on at the time. I was introduced to BMF through a couple of partners from mine from LA. So I was introduced to Bleu DaVinci, and me and Bleu got cool. You know what I'm saying? It took me under his wing for a second. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the studio with him and chill and shit. Yeah, I was around them, bro. I was around them. I have a whole bunch of stories about BMF. Big up to BMF. Big up to Big Meech. Big up to Bleu DaVinci. Rest in peace to Baby Blue from BMF. J-Bo. And all the rest of them niggas.
What was that experience like, man? Seeing those brothers coming up at that time, and where was this that you crossed paths with them?
Man, like on any given day, like them motherfuckers a ball out on a Monday, like that type of shit, like 100 bottles. You know what I mean? 100 bottles at Visions or Velvet Room. But I was there to bear witness to shit, man. And I was at the Jeezy party when Jeezy had his party there. Everybody had all black on and all of that. The feds was watching. You know what I'm saying? This was at the time where they had turned Atlanta upside down and started making a move towards Miami, going to Miami for the BMF weekend. That was the first time I met Meech. I'm from Inglewood, California, so you know what that brings and what side that is. So a lot of the BMF was Crips, straight up Crips. Bleu DaVinci had brought a lot of LA folks out there, and so what I witnessed was, what's that in the background? That's loud. It's something loud.
Yeah, it the might be picking up some sound from the background.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna close this window.
All right.
Yeah.
Basically, man. We went to BMF weekend in Miami when they was out there in Miami. Me and my homeboy Fat Dad, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? We went out there and I had on all red, Pyru hat, all red Timberlands, the whole shit. And so I'll go up to Bleu DaVinci. Blue already knew what time it was with me. We was cool no matter what side, what color, and all that shit. And so it was like a sea of Crips, a bunch of Crips and shit. And so when I walked up, Blue knew me, not the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? So he extended his hand, I extend my hand, and so I seen all the Crips. They was on me. They was looking. You know, they had their eyes on me pretty much. And so I seen Big Meech step from around them and extend his hand to meet me. You know what I'm saying? And that was the last time I seen Big Meech. But man, so many stories I could recall. We was in Atlanta, and this one Meech had went to jail for attempted murder and beat the case. First of all, number one, I have never seen people have flyers for their parties. They give out flyers for their parties. This motherfucker Meech had a tube. It was a round tube, and you can open up the top of it. You open the top of it, it starts talking. It says, "Welcome to Meech's welcome home party." Like, I ain't never seen no shit like that, right? So then they had the party at compound. Police came and shut the shit down. So from the compound, they left and went to Magic City. Police came like 15 deep, shut down Magic City. Then this motherfucker Meech jumps on the phone, calls Diddy at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Had the chefs come, they wiping their eyes, all this shit. Camp was up in there. Big up to all the people, Jazzy Faye, Camp, Baby D, Ooh Wee. The list goes on and on. If you was somebody, you was at Justin's that night. He made Puffy open up Justin. Motherfucker smoking big marijuana and shit in Justin's. You know how shit was a no-no. You know what I mean? But BMF was, I think what really ruined them was that sign. When they put that BMF sign, "The world is ours," that's what fucked it all off. I feel.
Yeah, when you think it brought too much attention, and that sounded like a dope night where you say ended up in justice and stuff.
Oh man, this shit was ridiculous. Like they'll go to Velvet Room. They would just club hop like all during the week, spend $100,000 each night. You feel what I'm saying? When I first met them, my peoples that put me on to when we went to the BMF party, and so my homies was talking about them so much to where I was like, well, fuck, I'm about to bring my pistol. So they didn't search us because who I was with. So I'm in the club with a motherfucking Uzi. That's the first day I meet Bleu DaVinci. You know what I'm saying? So we exchanged numbers, and we got cool and close. They was always under the scope, being watched. Every time I was around them, they was being watched. You know what I'm saying? Police was on them, but they had a long run before the feds that really got them.
Well, I was gonna say, not to cut you off. Is there any reason you didn't connect in with them as an artist? And did that opportunity arise? Because we know they have Bleu DaVinci. I think Jeezy was affiliated and a few other artists and stuff.
I'm from LA. I'm 47 years old. Them niggas was selling cocaine like the shit was like it was legal. You feel what I'm saying? They were selling this shit like it was legal. And who I did see at the parties, Jeezy was from BMF. He was from BMF. He was repping BMF, and Meech would pay a lot of the DJs to play Jeezy shit. You know what I'm saying? I seen Jeezy wearing BMF shit, but what I was told was when they got indicted and the feds that finally came and rushed in and got him, you know what I'm saying? Jeezy, a lot of people thought that Jeezy was snitching, or Jeezy wasn't snitching. It was the fact of somebody put a bug in Jeezy's ear before all that shit had happened. You know what I'm saying? The word was that Jay-Z had got at Jeezy and was like, the feds is coming. And if you don't want to get caught up in the sweep with this shit, if I was you, I'd stay the fuck away from them right now, because the feds is coming. They had scooped up Jacob the jeweler. You know what I'm saying? The police that threw Jacob the jeweler in jail for fucking with BMF for money laundering. So like Jay-Z knew this shit was coming, and he put that shit in Jeezy's ear, and Jeezy made CTE and got away just in enough of time to where he wasn't involved in any of that. Bleu, I don't know why Bleu was even locked up. You know what I'm saying? Because in actuality, he was just around all the balling. It's not a crime to ball out. I'm sure the police are gonna want to know where the fuck you got your money from, but it's not a crime to ball out. But they brought a lot of attention. I seen Meech one time. We was out at a club, and I remember the police was standing in front of the club, and I remember they was looking at Meech, and they was like, "We know what the fuck you doing. Don't think that we don't know what you doing." And I seen Meech turn around to the police, was like, "How much you make a year?" He's like, "I make 40,000 a year." That nigga Meech gave him $50,000 right there and walked off. That's how much money they was getting. They was getting real fucking money, bro. I'm talking about real fucking money. The shame that I felt like with all that money and all that power, it was too many dudes around to it had your mind cloudy. They should have been opening up Chick-fil-A's. They should have been putting their money, investing their money towards legal shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that popping that bottles and all that type of shit. Because all it did was excite the feds. And they brought a lot of LA people from LA out there in Atlanta and made everything hot. Big up to that nigga Meech, man, because he was definitely a general. He was definitely a person that was a leader. I never seen him like flash on nobody or get at nobody ignorant. They always was diffusing problems. They always diffused some shit. You know what I mean? So shit's crazy, G.
Oh yeah, hold up, bro. Oh yeah, I'm back. Yeah, you spoke about breaking off into like business and stuff like that, just in that kind of aspect. And we see like Jeezy, you mentioned we see TE and he made his developments and stuff. We've seen, people that have kind of called him out or have said that, he was wrong for claiming BMF when it was hot. And then, when everybody was getting indicted, he wasn't. But then you would say at the same time, is that not a smart move or a safe move for him to kind of get away in the nick of time and stuff as well? So I suppose it depends how you look at it. But I think Jeezy definitely, still a stand-up cat, man.
Oh yeah, man. Big up to Jeezy, man. Definitely, he was smart enough to get away from this shit. Because Jay-Z, when Jay-Z put a bug in your ear, I'm sure you're gonna listen. But yeah, he was from BMF, but I don't think he was doing none of the intricate work they were doing, drug selling. He wasn't doing that. Jeezy was music at the time.
You had like the artist side, and I think they had like was it artist management or something? They had that side of things.
Man, to put it to you like this: when they had the fucking Source Awards in Miami, how the fuck did Bleu DaVinci get the newest artist of the year? Like everybody was looking around at each other like, what? Like this thing get brand new artist of the year? He didn't have no songs out like that. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple of those songs, but they was so balling, bro. They was balling so much. Like, who gives a fuck about a record? They was just using that shit as like a scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? Like a front. Even though Bleu do rap, he got rhymes and shit, but still and all, bro. Like out of Eminem, and all the rest of the artists that was out at the time, Bleu DaVinci gets brand new artist of the year at the stores. It was paying. It's paying people.
Yeah, Bleu. I remember he made the impact. He was like I'd say their main, BMF rapper. So I guess he got to spend a lot of money. He got to they produced his rap career and stuff like that. And but he could do stuff that all the other rappers were wanting to make money to do. But he already had the money and the resources around him to do it.
Right. They rapping just to be on his level. He didn't give a fuck about that shit like that, bro. They was balling, homie. When I say balling, out of control. Like newest shit. Meech had Maybach. This was out. What was that? 2000, 2005, 2006. Well, if I got that at the Maybach then. I remember being at the club at Visions, and Nelly, they had an apple bottom contest. Meech is standing on one side of the stage, Nelly standing on the other side of the stage. They had a $5,000 apple bottom contest. Bitches was getting naked in the club, butt asshole naked, rolling around on the ground. He was, Meech was the type of dude that he'll help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what their downfall was. It was too many motherfuckers around. You know what I'm saying? That really didn't have nothing to do with BMF. They was Bleu and them homeboys, but they wasn't from BMF. They was just hanger-on. You know what I'm saying? Hanger-on. Bleu DaVinci was the official BMF. Baby Bleu. He got killed at the Living Room in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I went to school with dude at Westchester, Mark Dixon. He was moving too fast. Niggas killed him. You know what I mean? They life was treacherous, man. They was definitely living a fast life. But I still say that that sign, the world is ours, the BMF, the police had to see that shit every single day. That's what was irritating them. So that's what made them conservative. So what they did was the police, the GBI of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, they kept seeing a whole bunch of niggas with LA shit on. So then they went to the LA detectives. Then the LA detectives came out to Atlanta. Like, here these niggas go. We've been looking for these motherfuckers, but they was in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So, they time was coming, but I just wish they did put their money in more legal venture instead of what they were doing. You know what I mean? They did it well though.
I mean, well, their stories now being told for everybody to see. People are able to check it out with the new series, I should say, on Stars. I know with these depictions, you always gotta have some people that gotta say, well, you know, I should be more portrayed, or my portrayal wasn't right. But at the same time, once it comes on that big screen, then it's been brought to life on a different dimension and level, and the story would definitely live on, you know, for generations to come.
Yeah, people was hating on they hating on 50 for coming out with BMF, but I think 50 is phenomenal to sit up there and think about some shit like that unfolded in front of everybody's eyes. You know what I'm saying? And it could have definitely been forgotten about, but the fact of, you know, 50 got the money and he's smart, and so he went and put that series out, and it's doing good. What I hear, I heard Big Meech is about to be out soon, hopefully. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
man, definitely, man. And I think it's dope as just to touch on what you're saying, with the stories being told. I think it would be good to see, you know, just more stories like that told, and that sort of narrative in film and stuff, you know, because we got so much characters and stories, and we can see they're always well received. You know, a few years back, everybody, you know, hyped about Paid in Full, another classic, which, you know, movie, but that featured the story of, you know, Alpo and those guys, so Rick Porter and stuff. So people like, you know, to, you know, we see now was, you know, they had the was one Denzel played in the American Gangster. He did the Frank Lucas, you know, I think he had a Bumpy Johnson. So, you know, there's definitely a lot of gangsters from different generations, but bringing it down to the eras of like the Big Meeches and stuff like that, it's good what 50's doing. And, you know, we want to see more coverage and stuff like that. I want to see a movie on Pee Wee Cutler, you know.
Right. He's definitely a legend in Harlem and New York and all that. But
Yeah, yeah.
what was good about, we need more executive producers that's black. Like, I mean, it would make sense to bring up a BMF story and have like some corny white dude, you know what I'm saying, filming it, where, you know, 50 was around, he know about this shit, and if you was really in them streets, and you was really, like, you know what I'm saying, in the streets for real, and on an international level, not just, you know, in Atlanta or in LA. I'm talking about in these streets, bouncing from here to there. You know about BMF. They asked, somebody asked me one time, Floss, you want to be from BMF? I was like, no, I just want to come to the parties. That's it. And so Bleu allowed me to come to the parties, and got me in, and shit like that. So, you know, big up to Bleu DaVinci. Niggas say he's snitching and shit, man. That's a lie. I don't believe Bleu snitching, man. That ain't even in his demeanor, or his cloth that he comes from. You know, ain't no telling, like Jack told Helen, when you get behind them bars and the white folks get to throwing them to time behind you. But as what I know from Bleu DaVinci, nah, that ain't him. That ain't that. He ain't that.
Oh yeah, I keep muting out, man. My bad. Yeah, there's always gonna be people that are gonna be trying to throw shade and stuff like that. But a lot of times those statements can't be quantified. You know, it's just people hating and stuff like that, man. So with that said, we encourage people to check out the series on Stars. You know, check that out, and like you said, support black directors, black productions and stuff. You know, definitely adult one and stuff. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing what they uncover next.
And big up to Meech's son that didn't have any acting experience and come and ice that shit. I seen a couple of clips, and he looked dead on his father too. You know what I'm saying? It's better to get people like Easy, like Easy son, Little Easy. You know what I mean? That's what they should have did to Little Easy. Okay, he can't. He looked too much like him. Take your ass to acting school. You know what I'm saying? Go get sharpened up. This is an important role. You know what I mean? I think that
I mean, they let Cube Son play him, so they could have let Lil E rock out, bro.
if you really don't got no type of acting skills, you know, it's gonna take you a while. They probably was like, you know what I mean? You look like him, but still, in all, I think straight out of Compton would have been better. His son could act. You know what I'm saying? They don't eat.
Yeah, 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 no doubt. Yeah, we're gonna have Lil E back on there soon as well for new interviews. So we definitely looking forward to that one, and we're gonna have you back on. Well, I mean, you always have you a co-guest, co-host, you know, so you always gonna be on. So I think we got something coming up with the Lynch Mob again soon as well that you're gonna be involved with as well, and a few other special guests, but we'll let them roll out and stuff. So we appreciate you, lending your stories and your experiences and voice on the BMF topic to the audience and fans, man.
And it ain't no tall tale fairy tales either. This real authentic shit. I was there. You can ask Bleu and all them niggas that they'll tell you. Boss been there. You know what I mean? It was just that shit was exciting. It's like that shit was history to be around that type of, you know what I mean? That type of hoopla and watch it unfold and not go to jail and just watch it all unfold. You know what I mean? But big shout out to the homeboy Meech. You know what I mean? Hold your head. I'm sure you'll be out soon. Big up to that nigga Bleu DaVinci, and the rest of the BMF squad. You know what I mean? The real BMF, Bull and all the Bull and J-Bo and all the rest of the real niggas from BMF, not the niggas just wearing the shirt. You know what I mean? Big up to BMF though.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. We want to say peace to BMF and Big Meech and the rest of the family, and peace to 50 and the Starz family and stuff too for putting all that together. So definitely, family, we'll check back in soon. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, what you guys think of the show, what you guys think of the series. Have you seen any of the episodes? Are you rocking with the BMF story?